C. Tell us.
Invite them, do not get them involved because they don't have the qualities to help you better your relationship. So we're going to talk about that. While my husband talk about the ones that you should not invite into your relationship, I'm going to talk about the one that you should invite, which is the same qualification whether they have it or not. So we want to get into it.
Yes, before we get into it, I want to tell you guys, some people, they come to a relationship to destroy. Before we get into the, three kind of people you should not invite or get advice from
Yes.
for a relationship. You can see it. Some people are come to destroy,
Yeah.
you know. Some people are come to build
Yes.
you up,
Yes. Yes.
So right there, I already tell you, I know you guys are,
Very
intelligent
smart.
people.
Smart
You're not
people.
gonna just, get any kind of people that that hate your wife, that hate your husband to get advice from. First of all, first of kind of people you should avoid to get advice from or to get into a relationship is someone that don't have a good example. there's before we get into the, three types of people you should avoid getting advice from, or invite them into a relationship, invite them into your house to talk to you, when something happened in your marriage. Some people are come to destroy.
Yes. Yes.
Like Jesus was saying in the Bible, like the enemy, come to destroy
and kill.
Yes. But the Son of God come, to give you a great life,
Yes.
a better life, abundantly.
Yes.
So some people, you should already see their faces, their reaction.
You should see their motive. You should know
their motivations.
Yes.
They're not the kind of people for you to invite into your marriage.
No.
So the first type of people you should avoid, it's the kind of people who don't have a good example. These kind of people, they don't have a good example. You're gonna give me what you got.
Exactly.
How you gonna give me something you don't have?
Exactly.
That's not possible.
It's not.
You cannot give what you don't have.
Yes.
You're gonna give what you have.
Exactly.
A lemon cannot give you a sweet taste.
Yes.
You're looking for a sweet taste, you're gonna look for a cherry.
Yes. A strawberry.
A strawberry.
Yes.
A papaya.
Yes. Yes.
But if you're looking for sour taste, you're gonna look for orange or sour orange or a lemon.
That's right.
So someone with don't have, with no good example in the neighborhood, in their houses,
and their own marriages.
And their own marriages, these kind of people don't get advice from them.
Someone who's not married and has not have a good relationship, or cannot have a good relationship, or that's been divorced 4 or 5 times, that's not someone you invite into your marriage.
Exactly.
They obviously do not have a good track record themselves. So how can they, help you out?
How can you give me advice?
No.
And babe, we're gonna go, a little further than this. Like even our own parents.
Yeah.
Sometimes
they're not good examples to give you advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Because some of them, why we say that, guys, is because sometimes some of them, are looking for their own, advantage.
Exactly.
This lady, gonna stop you from
taking care of me, from buying me a house, from paying my rent.
But we're not saying that that's bad.
No, that's not bad. But you should never try to destroy the marriage in order for you to get these things done.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's a way for you to, to talk to your son or to your daughter.
Of course.
You see what I mean? There's some kind of advice, like my son. It's not like I don't want you to be with your wife or with your husband.
Yes.
But don't forget your mom.
Of course.
Don't forget your
dad. And honestly, a good son or mother, a good son or daughter would always think about their parent. But at the same time, you cannot let the parent be the center of your relationship, because they already had their own relationship, whether it was good or bad. And now it is your time to have your relationship with your husband or your wife. You cannot allow everybody to come in, pitch in their opinion, their advice, because now at the time, a lot of people, they're not happy for you.
They're not happy for you?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Without no hesitation, the second type of people to avoid. Remember, the first one was who? The people with no good example.
Okay. Yeah.
The second one is someone who have no fear of God. Guys, come on.
That was the first one for me, but okay, we'll put it
guys.
that way.
Come on, guys.
Someone who has
have no fear for God.
Yes.
If you have no fear for God, what kind of spirit controlling you?
Exactly.
The body is controlling you.
Exactly.
Remember what the Bible says in Galatians, chapter 5, the verse 16 at the end, when he was talking about
The
if you let the body,
the
you know,
spirit
controlling
control
you, because the body has some kind of, you know, exigence, some kind
course.
of, you know, needs that's different,
from the
you
spirit.
know, from the Spirit.
That's right.
The Holy Spirit.
That's
the
right.
Spirit of God.
That's right.
The Spirit of cleansing.
Yes.
You know, not immorality, not, you know, no hatred and stuff like that. You know, the Spirit of love.
Exactly.
So this kind of people don't get advice from them.
They're not gonna give you good advice.
You know, because they have no fear
of God. They
of God.
They don't care what
you see what I mean?
What God says.
All that they're gonna tell you, oh girl,
get a divorce.
This man will take you to the,
leave him alone.
you know, to the events. You know, the big event, some kind of was playing. Oh, dinner. This guy don't buy you this kind of bed. This guy don't buy you this kind of couch. This kind of TV.
Oh,
did you see the new TV?
Did you see the new bag?
The new bag?
Yeah.
The new, you know, whatever. This is the only thing these kind of people can talk about.
That's right.
Because they don't have fear for God. They don't, you know, guide by the Spirit of God.
That's right.
So the only thing they have in them is, you know, distractions. It's shallowing.
Yeah.
It's you know, material things.
Material
so
things.
this kind of people, avoid them.
Yes.
Don't get advice from them.
That's right.
The third kind of people you should avoid to get advice from is someone who look for beauty but not quality.
That's right.
Someone that's look for beauty and not quality, do not get advice from them. These people, you know, they look for glitters, but not the true gold. Remember, it's not everything that's, you know, glitters, that's gold.
Exactly.
Something might be shiny, but this is not gold.
Exactly.
You know, gold is gold. You see what I mean? And when you see gold, you know this is gold. This is true gold. So it's not everything that's pop up in your eyes. Oh, this is gold. This is diamonds. No. These people, they're looking for beauty.
Yeah.
Oh, this
outside.
girl, she's not pretty enough for you. Oh, she don't have a Coca-Cola shape. Coca-Cola, we're not we're not doing advertising for you, but you know, the way we say it in our community.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Oh, this girl don't have a you know, a nice shape kind of thing. Or, you know, she's not a good looking girl for you. But remember, not everything that's, you know, pop up your eyes, not everything that's, you know, tastes looking good tastes good.
It's quality, baby. You know the quality of who you with. You know who they are, what they're capable of, and their heart. You know who they are. That's that 20-80 rule. You know, it would be the 20% is shallow, is beauty, everybody love her 20%. But the 80% is what you not seeing in the outside, but you get in the inside, which is which you get in the inside, which is you know, someone who's there for you, someone who take care of you, someone you can, you know, you can trust. You know, this is the 80% that people don't look for. They look for the 20%. It's a 20%.
And the 20%, that's what, you know, they can see.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
That's all they can see.
He's handsome, but he don't have no character.
She don't have no
character. She's the kind of headache you're gonna be dealing with, or he's the kind of headache you're gonna be dealing with down the line, because you're looking at the outside, you're not looking at the inside.
Yes.
Yeah, so those kind of people, you should not ask for advice.
No.
And your man, because they're gonna criticize your wife or your husband. They're gonna talk bad about them.
Yep.
And that's all they're gonna do. Because they're looking at the outside. They don't know anything about the inside.
So before we, you know, go to before we pass my wife to tell you about with her three opposite kind of people. You know, I'm gonna just go over them right quick. 3 type of people to avoid getting advice from, you know, into a relationship. It's someone we don't have someone with no good example, someone who have no fear for God, and then someone who look for beauty but not quality.
That is awesome, God. That is awesome, guys. It's very important to know who you're inviting into your relationship. But my three examples are the people that you can ask for advice, those you can invite into your relationship and you can ask for advice. Or for me, number one, someone who have fear of God. That was my number one, guys. And when we was talking about it, and that's to me, that's the most important. If the person does not fear God, they cannot give you any advice, because every advice they're gonna give you gonna come from their own opinion, or we can say gonna come from flesh. Yeah, it's not gonna come from the Holy Spirit or the Spirit of God that can actually guide you into good understanding. So to
The
me,
spirit of purity.
purity, right? So to me, the first one is someone who have fear of God. That's those you could go to ask for opinion, because the person is a respectable person. The person fear God. The person love God. The person wanna follow God rule. Then the person gonna help you to do the same. That's the kind of person that you ask for advice. Number two for me is someone that knows about your relationship with your husband or your wife.
Very deep.
Is so important, because sometimes the person don't even know. You're gonna ask somebody for advice, they don't know nothing about your relationship with your husband or with your wife. They don't know when you met. They don't know the history behind your relationship. So now the person just gonna talk whatever they want to talk about without really knowing the roots of the causes of why the person, you could be in those kind of situation with your spouse. So therefore, it's very important for the person to know your history. And one of the thing was, for me, when me and you, baby, was going through our problem, I would go to people that was there from the beginning. People like like my maid of honor, like Sir Annette, people like Sir Meyi, that used to Sister Meyi and Sister Annette, and my auntie, like my auntie Janine, that was there from the beginning of our relationship, and that used to pray from the beginning for us. That used to always was a champion for us. Those I will go to, and people like Sister Eunice, that people that was there from the beginning of our relationship, that understood our relationship, and that really take part of our marriage. These are the people that I will go to for advice, because I know they know our history, and they never bad mouth you whether you was here or not, because they knew that, okay, I know the history. It must be, Satan must have his hand in this for them to be going to that. They knew our relationship was based in love from the beginning. And even I remember when you left the last time, I called a lawyer, I called a divorce lawyer, and I was like, I'm done. This has happened 1-2 times, and this is the third time. I'm not gonna put up with this anymore. And I remember calling my auntie. She was like, divorce? Don't talk about divorce. I call, Sister May. She was like, divorce? I talked to Sister Eunice. She was like, girl, don't talk about divorce. God has this. We're going to keep praying. And my maid of honor, which is Sister Annette, she was same thing, because they know the history, they know our relationship, and that was very deep for me. That's the reason why it's not good to go to other people. And there was some other friends that called me and that find out me and you was not together. They will call me and be like, oh, I remember one friend, which is, she's no longer my friend. I no longer speak to her. Because she called my phone and she was like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, oh, my husband is not here. My husband left, and so on and so forth. She was like, oh, girl, I knew he was no good for you. I knew he was a thief. I knew he was this, that, the other. I was like, are you serious, girl? I was like, are you serious? You knew he was all that. And the whole time you used to come in my house, we eat together, we laugh together, we smile. You smile with my with my husband. You never would just ever say something was wrong with him. But you see, these are the kind of people that you cannot ask for advice, because they either, number one, they either jealous of your relationship. Number two, they don't have a good relationship themselves. So therefore, they're not gonna promote you. They're not gonna, encourage you to stay in your relationship. Their job is to destroy your marriage. You cannot ask those people for advice. And number three for me is a person that have a good track record. Like my husband just said, that's a good example. The person have a track record, like the person been in good relationship, solid relationship. The person understand the importance of marriage. The person themselves been married and married for years, and they understand marriage is not easy. They understand the challenges that is in marriage. And these type of people, they not gonna give you advice to get a divorce. They're not gonna give you advice to disrespect your husband. They're not gonna give you advice to cheat on your husband, or to break away. They're not gonna give you advice to not care about your marriage, because they themselves had a good track record. And that's why it is important, guys, not to involve anybody into your relationship. Just because you say hello to someone, that doesn't mean they all of a sudden could be like life coaching or marriage counseling to you. Especially if they themselves, they not in a marriage, they not in a relationship, they never been married, or even if they had been married but they never stayed married for long enough for someone to even knew they was married. That's not the kind of person you run to ask for advice.
Yes. Now let me share with you guys. My wife just shared with you guys, who she want to when me and her, was going to all these things. Because remember, the purpose of this channel is not to look for stuff on the internet.
No, this is
and come and share with you guys.
This is coming from our own experiences and what we've been through.
This is stuff like we went through. Stuff like, I left the house 3 times, guys. 3 times, and these 3 times, some of the time, I spent like 3 months, 4 months. The last time.
Yes, got today.
I spent 6 months. The only person that gave me a good advice was my brother. I don't have to say who, but it was my second brother. This is good enough.
He'll know who he is.
When I was talking to him, I'm like, bro, my wife, man, I can understand this lady, So and then he asked me, where are you right now, brother? Where are you? I'm like, I'm all the way in Georgia right now, sleeping in my car. He was like, what?
What?
You left your house, your bed,
your wife,
your children, and you're sleeping in the car. And then he was like, brother, let me tell you something. I'm not gonna get into your, personal business. But only one thing I know. This is your wife. Okay? So I beg you, please go back to your to your wife. Talk to your wife about the misunderstanding, the little bit of things that, not that important.
Yeah.
Because when he asked me what she did to you,
did she cheat on you? Did she go out with another man?
He asked me.
No.
He asked me, did she cheat on you? I'm like, no.
No.
Did she, hate you?
No.
No. Did she, don't
feed you,
make love to you and
anything?
stuff like that? I'm like, no. What's the problem then, bro? Yo, don't do that.
It's not that important.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
My brother.
Nice.
Like, if I spoke to 10 people these days, it was only 1 out of 10.
Wow.
That gave me
Good
a
advice.
good advice. The rest of them, oh, you should have left that lady
Yeah.
long time ago.
She's a witch.
You know, you should have left this lady long time
She's a
ago.
witch.
Why you still with this girl and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So this kind of people, you have to avoid them.
Can ask them for
You know,
advice, guys.
you cannot give the advices more importance,
Than the relationship.
than the relationship,
Yeah.
because you know what you have, what you have.
Mm-hmm.
You know the importance of your wife for you. You know what you got in your hand.
Yeah.
Like in Creole, we said that proverb. You know what you got. You don't know what you
you're
will
gonna
get.
get.
So it's better, you treat what you have, in a good manner. You try to put the understanding,
Yeah.
between us, because all that happened is what? It's a misunderstanding.
Miscommunication.
Miscommunication.
Yes.
That's why,
Yes.
go look at that video
Yes.
about communication.
Yes.
We bring for you. Soon as you communicate the problem, solution is right there.
Exactly, guys.
Communication is the key.
Yeah. It's very important, guys. Please, please, please do not invite anybody. Don't ask, because people that don't want to see you do good, or that don't want to see you succeed, they're gonna give you advice, and whatever they're gonna say, it's gonna sound perfect, it's gonna sound great, like at that moment. But when you sit back and think about it, you're like, wait a minute. I remember when my friend told me, oh, your husband was this and that. I was like, what? I'm like, no. And when I sit back, I'm like, no, you're not my friend, because at that moment, I don't call you for you to talk down about my husband.
No.
I'm calling you to get support. And a lot of time people don't understand that. They start pitching in their opinion. I mean, smart people know better. Smart people.
Say that again, baby.
Smart
Say
people,
that again.
they
I
know
don't
better.
call you,
I don't call you for you to badmouth my spouse. I'm calling you to get support, so you can support me what I'm going through. Not for you to tell me how horrible the person is. Especially when they have done something bad. I already know they done something bad, so I don't need you to tell me how bad they are. I need you to tell me the good thing. And one thing I could say about my support system, which I just say all their names, these people was always a champion for me, a champion for my marriage, a champion to tell me, listen, you know what? It's the enemy, but guess what? God have a plan for you. God gonna push you guys through. Just do not get divorced. Do not get separated. Just keep fighting, keep praying, and God gonna take care of it. And let me tell you, and God knew what he wanted us to do. And the reason why I think we went through what we went through, it was so we could be a solution for others. So we could have been able right now to be sitting here talking to you guys and giving you guys advice, giving you guys some ideas on how marriage works, not to something that we Google on the internet, but it's something that we have lived through. That's why we don't give you the step like everybody else. To me, it was someone who feel God. Like I talk about Sister May. Oh my goodness, I don't know what else to say. The woman is like a gift from God. The way she handle my life. My auntie, when I called them, they was always like, if I cry, they crying. If I was sad, they were sad. You could tell in their voice. When I'm sad, they sad. When I'm crying, they start crying. But it was always, you know what, God gonna pull you through. Keep fighting. Sister Anna, Sister Eunice, that these are my sisters, and they really had my back because they knew our history from the beginning, from the time when we met, from the time we met. They have been there. That's why Sister Eunice was the one that did all our weddings, and Sister Annette was the one that was the maid of honor, because these are people that's been there. A lot of people can say they love you, but when you go into tough time, and you could see that these people never had nothing bad to say about my husband, whether my husband was in the house or not, they were still a champion for him. They were saying he's a good man. It's just the enemy trying to destroy your marriage, and they never said anything bad about my husband, even though he was not here. That show you the quality of the friendship and the quality of the people that you can actually depend on and count on to ask for advice in your marriage, guys.
Unbelievable. Here we are now, baby.
Yeah.
You know, here we
Yes.
are now.
All praises to the Most High.
Advices from Sister May, from our good people, you know. And here we are now for my brother. Respect for your brother.
Respect.
You know, you
Mad
know who
love.
you are.
Yes.
You know, I don't have to say your name because we don't
I
want
should say
any
his name.
jealousy.
I should say his name. I mean, it is what it is.
My brother Pascal.
Yes, I already
You
knew
know.
who he was, but it's good to say his name.
My brother Pascal.
Give
big
credit
up
where
for you,
credit is
brother.
due. Again, the reason why he could do that because he's been in a long time relationship
Yeah.
and he have children. He understand what a relationship is, what marriage is. That's the reason why he could give you good advice. But someone who is, has not been in a steady relationship. Again, guys, the 3 is fear of God. The person must have fear of God. The person must know your history, and the person must have a good track record.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, we're not gonna tell you more than this. You know?
We just hope that everything we say you can really understand and actually look out for those friends, look out for those family members that's pretending like they love you, they love your marriage, they love your relationship, but they only there to destroy. Once the relationship is no longer here, they're gonna blame you. They're gonna say you was not a good wife, you was this, you was that. But when the relationship going on, they here to destroy. So you have to really look to see who have your best interest at heart.
Okay, my beautiful people, my lovers. My lovers, don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. I know some of you, living a good life. You don't really need these advices, but share it, share it with your friend. Share it with your neighbor,
Yes.
Share it with your mom. Share it with your sister, with your brother.
Share it on your page.
Share it on your Facebook page.
On your YouTube page. On your Instagram, guys.
Yeah.
Just share it. Share. Help each other
Yes.
to become stronger and better people.
And better people. And
Yes.
then don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe,
because
guys.
very soon we wanna come live,
Yes.
with you guys, so we can talk at the same time, chat at the same time, ask questions, about us, because we come here to tell you about our lives,
Yes.
and how to better yours.
Amen.
Remember, it was Changing Lives Power Couple that was with you, CLPC. Remember that, CLPC. That was with you today. Big kisses.
See you next time, guys. Take care. We love you. See you next time. Let's talk about it, guys.